to the...
Live on Facebook.
Oh, you just said that.
Okay. I feel like we look dark on the Instagram. Do we look dark? You on Instagram?
That's what I'm girl. I don't know what was stopping me from
Oh, no, we look clear.
fine.
No, we look clear. No, I just looked that way from here.
Oh.
Hey, everybody joining on Instagram. Hey, Ashley. Hey, T-Man.
Oh, that's Tyrone.
Oh, hey. I'm like, hey, T-Man.
Hey, T-Man.
I don't know.
Hey, Tyrone. How you doing?
You better call Tyrone.
They don't tell me who on Facebook. It just say
Facebook
one
don't do
viewer.
that.
So y'all gotta actually
These
comment.
grapes is good.
Comment on Facebook.
Ooh, hit me right there though. Hit me right there.
Okay. How y'all feeling today?
I'm
Today
good.
Great.
These crackers going hard.
I made another Chiquita board. if Corey decides to join us today. That's what he was calling it last week, a Chiquita board. Every week what I'm gonna do is I'm planning to do is have a different Chiquita board.
And you really calling it a Chiquita board?
Based on
I was getting ready to ask, is that the real name for it?
It's a charcuterie board. So based on the drink of choice, right? So because we're allowing every man to choose their drink, I'm going to have a charcuterie board based on that.
Sparkling grape juice.
We gonna Edmond doesn't drink, but it's okay because he can still wine and grow with his sparkling. You know, we gonna show our bottles and show everybody what we drinking on.
Oh, it's Danelle. She said it's just me.
Hey girl, welcome back. Cause you was definitely in them comments last week, and we definitely need the entertainment and involvement, so we appreciate you. Okay. So I guess we can start. I'm Ken.
I'm Kay. Sorry, y'all.
She's Kay. I'm Ken. And this is Wine and Grow. We wine when we grow, and when we grow, we need wine. Yeah. So this is season 7. For the Love of Men, episode 2, and today we have Mr. Edmond Walker with us today. You guys, some of you who've been following us for a while may recognize Edmond. He was on the show almost 3 years ago, right? We was just talking about it before we started, like trying to figure out when it was. So he was with us a while back. He's our neighbor, so we all have, talked and became friends in the neighborhood. So it's nice to have people in the neighborhood that's in the same age group as you, because sometimes that be a thing. Yeah. So Edmond, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
As Kim mentioned, my name is Edmond. I'm 32 years old, laid back, keep to myself, educated, go to work every day, come home.
Educated. Tell them how educated. What's your degree? What's the highest degree you have?
Well, I'm working on my doctorate right now, so I'm almost done.
You better
with
tell
my doctoral
somebody.
degree. But yeah, I'm happy to be back on the show. It's been 3 years, 2020. So I didn't have my locks then, so I mean, you probably don't recognize me. But yeah, but I'm happy to be on the show tonight. I'm looking forward to the conversation. So let's dive in.
Okay. So like we mentioned last week, or if this is your joining for the first time this week, this episode is catered to the men and their journey with love. So each episode we're going to have a different man, sometimes two. Just stay tuned, where we'll be talking about their experience. So what we've done is we've gone out, or even just on our social media, we've solicited women for different questions that they want to know from a male's perspective in regards to love. So ladies, if you're listening, you're watching or whatever, and you have some questions that you want to ask men about love, right? We're not letting you guys know who our guests are intentionally, so that way we don't ask anything specific to their romantic situations or anything that they've gone through. We're not trying to bring anybody down. We're not trying to shoot shots, nothing like that. We're just trying to have a conversation for men and women so we can better understand each other when it comes to love. So if you got some questions out there, feel free to put them in the comments or send us a DM, and we will gladly put them in the rotation. So per usual, we're going to start with our conversation cards. With a little icebreaker just to get the conversation flowing. You want to pull first, Edmond?
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
We're all gonna pull one though. Sequoia, you want to read yours? No, since you pull last.
Yeah, I'll read it.
You don't sound too impressed.
Could you be happy in a relationship if the sex was horrible? Explain your answer. Could you stop? Because that's not helping me.
Sorry.
Oh, I feel like it's about to get deep up in here. I mean, what a way to start the show.
Okay.
If it was horrible, well, before the relationship started, I had to know it was horrible.
So would you marry somebody that you did not enjoy having sex with?
This did not ask that question.
What did it say? What does it say?
In a relationship. It didn't say if I was married.
Oh.
It just say in a relationship.
Oh, could you be happy in a relationship with somebody who you don't?
Yes.
Right, could you?
If it was horrible, no.
Can I twist that a little bit?
Go ahead.
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you want to, no.
So, I think this question would be better if it would have asked, could you be happy in a relationship prior to having sex with somebody and still remain happy if you find out the sex was horrible?
So if y'all never had sex,
if you
then
never
y'all got
had
into a
sex
relationship and had sex, and it was horrible,
that actually would be a better question.
Could you stay with them?
Because
go ahead. Now answer it that way.
Is that good?
Yeah, that actually is good.
See, this is.
But see, I do. If it was horrible, if I did not know beforehand and then we had sex and it was horrible, we would have to have a conversation. We would have to discuss it so that we can learn. Like should be able to teach you, or if you felt that it was me, you should be able to teach me what you like or whatever the case may be, so that we can make this better. Because I don't want to just keep having bad sex. I don't want to be with somebody and just keep having bad sex, because at this point we're together and we want to make this work. This is gonna have to work, or we're not gonna be able to work.
And everybody like different things in sex. Everybody don't like the same thing, so you have to. When you have sex with somebody, you have to learn. It's another way for you to learn that person. It's another way for you to be intimate with that person. Sex is intimate, and we all know that. So it's not just something we should just look to for pleasure, but it's something, we should better get acquainted with each other through sex, so that even after sex, our conversation should evolve because of that, because we're on a different level.
He already preached. We ain't even started. Okay. Well, I don't
just keep in mind. That's white grape juice, whatever it is, sparkling grape juice, okay?
Right.
But this just him, okay?
Period.
Because
this is why we love Edmond.
Yeah, Ashley even said even after trying to teach him some moves or not, and that's why we rephrased the question, because after we teach you and you're just not or you're not open to learning,
exactly,
we're not going to be able to work out because you're not trying to learn me.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
another way to compromise too. In a relationship, I think we talked about this last time on the show, you have to compromise. Sometimes you have to do things that you may not be necessarily into, but if that pleases the other person, then why not? Just if it's not hurting you or hurting nobody else, let's do it. Just like you're gonna expect this person to do something for you that they may not want to do, so you can't always have things your way. A relationship would never thrive if you just looking at it from your perspective. You have to figure out what would make the other person happy as well.
Exactly.
Edmond, everybody!
Edmond Walker.
Edmond Walker.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both of your responses. I would be willing to stay if we were working towards improving it.
Yeah.
So, okay, you want to ask yours next?
My question is, tell me about the last time you did something nice for yourself.
Okay.
Y'all want to go?
I guess I'll answer first this time since we went that way. I actually just this week took myself out for dinner. So
where you go?
I went to Olive Garden.
Oh, that's what's up.
And then
healthier choice.
Yeah, I mean it's pasta and bread, and I ate. They gave me 3, and I basically ate all those bread, breadsticks by myself. I'm like,
carbs though,
but the carbs, yes, because that's what I'm trying to watch. Is the carbs. But yeah, I took myself out to dinner. What was that? Monday after I went to therapy. That was my treat. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I can't tell you. It hasn't been recent. Or has it? No, it hasn't been recent. Because I just been on the go. Yeah. And my mind have been in other places. But that's actually one of the things that I know that I need to do for myself. So I can just get some peace in my mind. It's not that I don't have peace in my mind, but I know that would add to the peace in my mind.
It's so important to date yourself and to do nice things for yourself. And we kind of touched on this last week. We talked about loving yourself better so that way you can teach other people how to love you.
Right.
So that's why I'm intentional. I've gotten more intentional in this last year of spending time alone, but not just staying home and being alone, but actually going places. Because that was never something that I was comfortable with doing. I always had a paparazzi with me everywhere I went.
Yeah.
I had, you know, because I know a lot of people, you know, so like it's like I never had to go out by myself. So I've been trying to really get better at enjoying time for me. And so that was nice. Sitting at the bar. Sorry if y'all hear Nova.
Because my plan is that is one of my. I definitely made that a plan because I know I used to do that a lot though. Go out by myself and just.
You did.
Yeah. I like my
therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yep. What about you?
Well, this might be a little different, but I guess it's about me. It's about what I did for myself. So I actually just finished the process of becoming a licensed foster parent, and that's something I did for myself because you know I live by myself. I love children. I work with children, you know, professionally, and I've always wanted to give back in a different way outside of work and things of that nature. So me, you know, taking the time to actually go through the process, and it, you know, DCFS take you through a lot, which I understand because they want to make sure these children are safe with whoever they are placed with. So I count that as doing something for myself because that was time that I sacrificed outside of my busy schedule to ensure that I'm not just thinking about myself, but in doing something for myself, I'm doing something for somebody else. So that's what I would say I did for myself recently.
That's what's up. I love it. Okay, well, my question is taking us back to the conversation, kind of. Is it important for you to know the number of sexual partners your significant other has had? Explain.
Oh.
And we'll start with you this time.
You know what? That's a hard one, only because I'm under the personal impression that whatever happened prior to me meeting you, I don't necessarily think that I should tell all of my sexual experience because I mean you wasn't there for that, you know. But if someone is willing to share that, then that's a different story. But me personally, I just feel as though if it didn't happen before I knew you existed, or if it happened and we knew of each other but we were not in a relationship with each other, I don't think that that's really anything that's necessarily important for our relationship. It's almost like you're bringing old baggage into something that you're trying to start new, and that's not always a good idea to do. So like what the Bible say, you know, pouring new wine into old wineskins. You want to stay away from that. So I would say no, I don't think it's wise to do that because that means that you're carrying that person of the past into the person that you're trying to build into the relationship that you're trying to build with somebody new. Because a lot of times you may not like the number the person gives you, you know, that may turn you off from the person. So I feel like you should give that person a fair chance because it's not how we start off in life, it's about how we finish. And some people may have had some situations that they're not proud of, so to force them to try to relive something that they put behind them, it's not fair to them. So I would say no.
Wow, Edmond, I mean at this point, we just need to ask the questions and let the man talk because.
Oh, I mean.
No, it's fine. It's great. Like I just feel like I don't have any because like I agree. Like I mean, there's I don't need to know unless there's something that I need to know. Like for me, like you know, outside, like you know, like we were talking about getting to know each other sexually. You know, I don't have to actually know how many partners you had to know that or whatever. So yeah, like everybody can't handle that.
As long as you ain't passing nothing along.
Right.
Yeah, like
now, if you got an STD or something like that, I mean, of course, you should let that person know because you should give them the choice to whether they want to deal with that or not. Exactly. Now, if it's not an STD involved or anything like that, I would say keep it in the past because you're starting something new.
Yeah.
I love it. Great job, Edmond. Do we want to do one more icebreaker card?
We can. CARD.
Card.
CARD. Yeah. You want to do another one?
Before we dig into the deep stuff?
It's probably grape juice hitting, boy.
I love this question.
Danielle said no because it opens doors to more questions, and then they want to know about experiences, and then they end up, why don't you do that with me?
Exactly. The comparison
right.
syndrome.
It's just best to stay away from that.
Because they start comparing themselves to now she's had these many people, so she probably expecting this, and now you're not even having an authentic experience with me anymore.
Right. The relationship is dead before it even starts.
Exactly. Yes.
He said he summed it up, didn't he? He definitely did. Like, because we didn't have to answer the question. He did it for us.
I ain't mad. Shoot. Pull you another card.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start first this time.
I like this question.
Me too, I like mine. What's your greatest weakness, and what are you currently doing to improve it? We'll start with Edmond.
Okay.
Go with me, and then you.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your greatest weakness, and what are you currently doing to improve it?
Oh, and before we start, if y'all want to answer the questions that we asking too, just go ahead and answer them in the comments. Like, it's like this one, what's your greatest weakness? I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to answer that, put it in the comments. We get to know y'all.
So just so y'all know,
doing this.
These are tonight. Let's talk the conversation cards. So basically, like, this is date night edition. Mm-hmm. So these are questions that they recommend you ask during date nights. So
okay.
We on a 3-way date.
So we're being transparent here. We all grown, you know. So my greatest weakness right now is lust. You know, I'm dealing hard with that, but I try to keep myself distracted purposely. You know, that's why I'm involving myself in a lot of things. You know, I guess you could say I'm trying to run from it, but not really run. I'm more so, in my mind, I don't view it as running. It's more so disciplining myself, not giving myself that room to even entertain the idea of doing something. I'm really trying to practice abstinence. I'm not a virgin. I'm not, but at the end of the day, I feel like the next time I share that kind of intimacy with somebody, I want it to be with somebody I have committed myself to, because you know, when you have sex with somebody, that's worship. It's a worship, and a lot of people don't look at it like that. God created sex. You know, you're giving yourself to the other person. You guys are becoming one flesh. You know, you guys are sharing something that should only be shared with with people who are married, and that union. You know, a lot of times, and I know we all can attest to, you know, having sex outside of marriage, things like that. You know, we find ourselves dealing with stuff that we wouldn't have to deal with. So that's the reason why it's important to, you know, try to discipline yourself. And if you allow your lust to just get out of control, it's going to control your actions, your thoughts. You're going to find yourself doing things that you regret. You're going to find yourself, your mind is going to always think about, you know, lustful things and things of that nature. So basically, lust will consume you. And I found that happening to me. And so I said, I need to get, you know, I need to take my life back from lust, because it's killing me. You know, it's really destroying me. So it's still a struggle. And I think it's going to always be a struggle, because, you know, once you have tasted something and it was good, you know, it's hard for you to forget that taste, but it's not impossible. So again, I'm just trying to keep myself focused with schoolwork. As I mentioned, becoming a foster parent, going to work, heavily involved in my church, things of that nature. So that's just me being completely transparent. That is my biggest weakness right now. And it always, I don't know why it seems this way. When you make a commitment to not do something, the enticement intensifies. And it's like every opportunity presents itself. And it's like, it's hard for you to say no. But when you are really, really tired of being a certain way, you're going to find that strength, and God is going to give you that strength. So, yeah.
I love this season.
I know, right?
I love this season. So,
but lust is a monster, man. It is.
Did I say you next? Me next? Okay, so mine, I guess I'll just say the thing that I've been working on the most lately, which is creating boundaries. That's not something I was a yes man, you know. So I, you know, like I had to really be intentional about my yes, which caused me to be more intentional about my no, so that I can, again, so I could just have a healthy life. Like, I felt like I was just overdoing things. It caused me to have higher expectations for other people. So because I felt like, oh, I was doing this and doing that, so expecting those same things from people around me. So that's the thing. So what I've been doing to help me improve it, I've recently read Boundaries and completed a workbook. Shout out to my little sis Shani for gifting me that book and workbook, because it really shed some light on my boundary issues. And it also they go hand in hand with scripture, so that really actually helped too, because I feel like Christians lack boundaries the most, because we feel like we're supposed to love, we're supposed to serve. So we really get wrapped up in being that good person, and we feel like it's a sin, or we fear setting boundaries out of condemnation. So excuse me. So yeah. So I really that's what I've been working on, setting boundaries, and it's actually setting boundaries have saved my life this year so far. Like it's been amazing. So
what is it, greatest weakness or biggest?
Greatest weakness, and what are you doing to improve it?
My greatest weakness is prioritizing. And right now I am actually making to-do lists every day, which is not something I do. I just told her the other day, I said I made a to-do list for the rest of May up until June, because it's so much that I have to do when it comes to my house, when it comes to me, when it comes to my kids, when it comes to my finances, which is actually would be the second greatest weakness, because money is meant to be spent.
Me too, girl.
So, and to work on that, I just, like I was telling her, I said, it's a lot of stuff that I know I cannot do anymore when it comes to going out, and we don't go out much, but I know when we do go out, we're going to spend some money. Because I need something to wear.
Because we like nice stuff.
Yeah, I need something to wear. It's stuff that I feel like I need. Mm-hmm. And then I know, and when I'm in the store, even if it's
Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
Mind your business.
Because why would you...
Girl, answer your question.
No, she picked the meat up off the thing with the fork.
Like, I wanted to get my plate, but I was like, it's too much going on over there.
No, that's okay. But it's just the way she picked the meat up off the thing.
I was about to say, mind your question.
But, and then, so just prioritizing, just like I said, I haven't even made time for myself, because I have so many other things I feel like I have to do. Mm-hmm. So I have to find time to include myself in these plans. Like, my son is graduating this week. It was the most overwhelming week. Thank you. It's the most overwhelming week of my life, I'll tell you. But so, yeah, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just creating to-do lists, just being more mindful of the things that I'm doing, mm-hmm. so that I can have more control over what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
That's what's up.
All right.
Who's next? I did that last week.
My card says, who is the most important person in your life besides a family member, and why?
Okay.
Oh, you want me to answer first? Okay. Okay. What you finna say?
Nothing. Go ahead, friend.
He said I finna say myself.
No.
Well, I would say the most important person in my life that is not
besides
a family member.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I would say Ken&Kay. She knew that already.
That's why I said she finna steal my answer.
Okay. Yeah, because we've been going on this journey with each other for a while, y'all. Since college, and it's just so crazy because college feel like yesterday, but we are in our 30s. Yeah, and it's just like every day I'm so grateful for having her, because it's so much that I can share with her, and I can be vulnerable, and I don't have to worry about just about nothing. And even if I feel away, I'll forget about that in a while. Like, because we talk about it, we talk about things. So it's like I can go to her for any and everything and just feel safe. This my girl, y'all. My platonic girl, y'all. Cause y'all know how y'all get.
Okay. Like, relax.
Yeah. First of all. Like, yeah. So, like, I'm just grateful for her. And we tell this to each other every day, that we are grateful to be going on this journey with each other. Because it's just that real. Like, to have a person that truly understands you, it's a great thing to have. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I was gonna say her. and y'all see in the beginning I said she about to steal my answer, so I want y'all to know, like, I ain't saying her just because she said me.
Yeah.
Sequoia and I have grown through a lot, and we talk about this frequently too, about our season where we was like, yeah, no, we ain't friends no more.
Yeah.
But even in that season, we still found a way to support each other because that's just how good of friends we are. You know, like it was literally like a baby, like two parents deciding we're just going to co-parent together because we was like, because our kids went to the same school, so it's like, I'm going to still pick the kids up. Okay, I'm going to still drop the kids off. Like, okay, we going to do this for the kids, but that's it. You know, like, but like what she said, I mean, I just second everything she said. Like, knowing, like, if I'm going through something, I can go to her and talk to her about it. She's going to support me. She's not going to be judgmental. She's going to tell me things straight up, what I need to hear. If I'm, even when I'm doubting, because that's something else that I'm, you know, really getting over to is self-doubt. My friend always affirms me. Always, you know. And it's not in a way to, like, when I'm doing something bad, she'll check me or whatever, you know, like, so I just appreciate our friendship so much. Yeah. Love you, girlfriend.
Love you too, girl.
I mean, it's a hard one because I got a lot of people who are important to me and they're not family members, but I guess I have to do one. So I would say Andrea Ballard. She's actually a co-worker of mine, but she is a co-worker who became family. Mm-hmm. And no matter what I need, she's always there. At work when I'm feeling frustrated and I just feel like I'm just done with everything, she talks sense into me even when I don't want to hear it, because when I know she's right and I don't want her to be right at that time, I just want to be mad. She understands me. She let me throw my temper tantrums and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, she pulls me back into reality. And so I would say she's really, really important to me, and I appreciate her so much. When I'm out of town, if I need her to look after my dogs or, you know, make sure that they're okay or vice versa, things of that nature. She's already volunteered to help me with my foster child, you know. I'll keep them when you need to do this, do that. So I'll just say, you know, Andrea Denise Ballard, I love you, girl. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. If you and your significant other strongly disagree on a direction, how would you ultimately make a decision?
If you strongly disagree on a certain direction,
mm-hmm. How would you ultimately make a decision?
I would say forget which way each other want to go and come up with a new way.
That's good right there. That's good.
Because I was going to say, how can we come together and figure this out? Like, because obviously
I was about to say bring in a mediator, an unbiased person to tell us the best way.
But whichever way you go, if one person get their way, the other person gonna feel some type of way no matter who you bring in. Mm-hmm. So I think the safest way to do is just forget about what we want and let's decide on something that we both want and go that way.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all can elaborate on
that. No, I mean, that was short and sweet and to the point. That was very well said.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I want to go to Olive Garden. Well, I want to go to the steakhouse. Okay, what is something that we both enjoy eating?
Wendy's.
Let's go there.
Wendy's.
Let's go there then. Exactly. Right. I like
Wendy's.
I like
or
it.
something that serves both of those items. Like,
exactly.
It just makes sense. Like, okay, how can we bring these two together? Since we want this, you want this, and you want this. How can we bring these two together? Like, or how can we just completely just shift it from these two things and go somewhere we both can, you know, come together and just be happy.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that was all three of them.
You asked yours? Y'all asked these are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that was fast.
All right. Well, let's get to the real chords.
How y'all enjoying the show?
Danelle said, putting others who don't deserve my time or energy because of my caring heart. Maybe it's a gift and a curse. That I struggle with daily, but I'm learning to be selfish in a good way. Isolating and learning to be with myself.
Boundaries. Get that book by Henry Cloud. It's Henry and Cloud, I believe. So it's called Boundaries, and it's got a workbook to go with it, because that was basically the issue, but the issue comes back to boundaries.
And if you're watching on Instagram, just let us know if we're lagging or anything. I didn't see that we were, but just in case you're watching there. And like we said, so any questions that you guys want to answer that we asked, you can answer them in the comments if you like.
If you like.
Yeah.
Okay, Edmond. To the T. Go ahead. This is all you.
It's all me.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are going to answer?
You read it. No, you're going to answer.
Do you think men and women respond differently when things are done towards them? If so, why? Yeah. I do. I definitely think that men and women respond differently. Y'all want to go? You want me?
No,
well, this is for you. So.
This is for you.
Oh, and you got to understand, men and women are different, and they're different for a reason. Women are more emotional, which is not a bad thing. That's just women. Men are more so matter of fact. It's either my way or no way. And I think a lot of times that's where a lot of our issues come in, because, we feel like we the head. So whatever we say, go. And so we don't always try to talk it over with people because we just have that dominant side, But that's kind of like how society has taught a man to be dominant. You run things. But I'm under the impression, yeah, you're the head of the household, but it's never wrong to discuss things, and to include other people on some of the decisions that are made within the household. That's just my personal opinion. But I do think that a woman may respond more emotionally to certain things versus a man. But you also have some men out there who are very emotional too. So I guess it just depends on the person, but my answer is still yes, that you will get a different response.
Yeah. We were laughing, guys, because with these questions, some of the questions was like real blunt, like almost like would have started an argument the way they were said. So we rephrased them in a way where they can hit a little softer for men, because again, we're not trying to intimidate anybody. We're not trying to be arguing on this show. We trying to understand a man's viewpoint.
It's about love.
So yes. So when the words that you were saying is how, like, we were like, we won't use these words intentionally to see if it still gets to this answer. So I'm happy to know, friend, we understand.
So
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, we in tune. Okay.
Like, that's crazy. That's like, so, okay.
I mean, do y'all agree? Is it,
No, for sure. Like, yeah, for sure we agree. Like, the men, obviously, I love the way that you pointed out the fact that because of the men, being known as the provider, the head of the household, that typically, like, his mind isn't wired to be understanding. It's like, I got to handle this.
Right.
This is the choice that I made, and just deal with it.
Emotion is not a part of it.
Exactly. It's just the choice that I made. Yeah. Like, could we think about different things that men do? Like they talk about cheating and a man cheating versus a woman cheating. Most of the time they say men do it and it's no emotion behind it, but when a woman does it, it's full of emotion. Like it's usually a response.
But a lot of men also feel that is to get in touch with their emotional side will make them less than a man. And that's why I believe a lot of men hold a lot of their feelings inside because they don't want to be viewed as being weak, because they're showing their emotions, which I feel is one of the most detrimental stereotypes that has been placed on the man.
We should ask the question. Yeah.
So there's times, I do think that you should be mindful of who you sharing your emotions with. You can't be emotional, like what Kay was saying, she feels comfortable around Ken, that she don't, she could be herself without any type of judgment or anything of that. She's comfortable with. You have to be comfortable to share your emotions, because a lot of times people can use that against you. So again, be like, with me, I should be able to be emotional with my wife. I should be able to share things with my wife that I shouldn't have to share with anybody else, because that's our relationship. We're one.
And we discussed last week, just that making a man feel safe enough to be vulnerable,
right?
And share his emotions. Shout out to Corey, our guest last week. Okay, so tell me, what do you look for as far as characteristics in a woman?
That's an interesting question, and I hope this don't sound weird, but this is actually how I move. I look for women who have characteristics that remind me of my mother.
I think that's true for a lot of men.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because I have a phenomenal mother. My mother is absolutely phenomenal. She's my best friend. So, and she's an awesome mother. We never went without. My mother struggled, but we always had food. We always had a roof over our head. My mother went back to school after all of her children were born, became a teacher. Now she's a principal. You know, credits towards her doctoral degree. That's my superwoman. But if I find a woman that reminds me of my mother, that means that my unborn children are going to have a good mother. So I try to think about my kids who are not born yet, because I don't want them to have a mother who is kind of like just out there. No offense to anybody. I don't mean any ill when I say that. But if you can put me in the mindset of my mother, then that's how you win my attention, because that's what I look for. I gravitate towards that because that's the example of a woman I had growing up.
And I think, and I was saying, like, I think that's true for a lot of men in a good and bad way, because sometimes you have men who expect their mother in their woman, right? And they, you know, because so they don't really know how to have a woman. You know, like, because it's like they're just looking for another mother, somebody to take care of them, etc. So I feel like, you know, the balance of your maturity helps you, you know, not be expecting your mother from this woman, but however, like you said, looking for those positive characteristics in your mom, a woman that cooks, a woman that provides and nurtures and stuff like that.
Right.
You're looking for those characteristics, but I think, you know, we definitely got to find that healthy boundary of not trying to have somebody be your mother.
Because it's like I'm competing with your mother.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of women feel that way.
Exactly, because I feel like a lot of men are looking for their mother in women, and that can do with them too, like the relationship that they have with their mom. Because again, some women have the habit of coddling their boys, which is something we've talked about a lot. Coddling their boys, not forcing them to do things, or you know, babying them and stuff like that. So men don't know how to do stuff. They don't know how to, you know, because you're doing everything, especially if you're a single mom, you know, having the habit of doing everything. So then you raise your child to not know how to do nothing. Yeah. So then they try to get into these relationships with women. They don't even know how to cook. They don't know how to mow no grass. Maybe. They don't know how to pump no gas because you did everything.
You did everything.
My boy gonna know how to do some stuff, okay? We ain't that.
But
so now your son looking for a woman that's gonna do everything for him.
And you brought up a good point that I never really thought about. You know, you need to have that healthy balance. There's nothing wrong with looking for your mother and your significant other, but don't look for another mother. And I think that that's very important to point out, because that will then make your significant other feel as though she's inferior to your mom, and that can hinder her relationship that she builds with your mother. And that's probably why a lot of women don't feel comfortable around their man's mother, because they don't feel like they can live up to their man, because their man make them feel like they can't do it like their mother. So man, we need to be careful not to do that. And like Ken said, have that healthy balance. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't allow it to destroy your relationship with your woman because you're looking for your mother in her.
So, and you believe that like in the relationship, your partner, your spouse comes before. I mean, I guess those are two different things, right? Is there like your partner comes before your mother? Like, are you clear with those things?
So I would say it like this: your mother will always be your mother. Nobody can ever change that, and your mother is going to always be a part of your life. But there comes a time when you get married. There are certain things within your marriage that your mother is not invited into. Every argument you have with your wife, you don't need to broadcast that to your mother or any of your family members. Some of that stuff needs to stay between y'all, and y'all work it out. If your wife wants to spend time with you and your mother's always there, your woman deserves that time that she's looking for. And you need to let your mother know, hey, not today, not right now. It's me and her time. So I think as men, we need to set those boundaries with our mothers as well. You know, and I do believe that your woman your wife, I should say, I wouldn't just say one, but your wife, you know, when you get married, she's your other half. Yeah. There are some things you're just going to have to tell your mother no. Because you're going to expect her to do the same with her father. You wouldn't want her father always trying to tell you how to do this and how to do that. You're going to feel some type of way. Exactly. So let's switch the picture a little bit. That's how she feel. If your mother's always, y'all trying to have intimate time and your mother is there knocking on the door, she sitting in the middle of dinner and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say, I want to be safe in saying this, your mother will always be your mother, but your wife is your priority in the situation.
Balance
and your
balance.
mother should understand that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
just about balance and boundaries, guys.
That's why moms, it's important to be healthy.
She said, come on, Brother Edmond. He said, come on, Brother Edmond. Danielle said he needs to be speaking life into these young black boys. Because, dang, where y'all find him so well spoken? Girl, cross the street. Cross the street.
We was like, hey, you
hey,
over
big
there.
girl.
That. Bless you.
And
Bless
then
you.
from we just been connected since. But yes. But that's why Edmond works at a school, and like that's why he said it. He's giving back by becoming a foster parent. You know, like so he's definitely going to be a great father, great husband. You know,
Appreciate that. Thank
you. For sure.
Yeah.
And that's why we wanted. And we were very intentional about the men that we picked to be on the show, like because we wanted to make sure we brought all different types of perspectives. So pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is ghosting ever okay? What would cause you to ghost someone?
No, ghosting is not. That's a coward move.
Woo!
That's a,
Did not say it. I'm sorry,
That's
y'all.
a coward move. My thing
had a moment.
is, if you're not feeling somebody, tell them. You don't play with somebody's emotions like that. If you feel like something not gonna work, don't waste nobody's time. I mean, be man and woman enough to say, hey, you know what, I appreciate your time. It was, you know, I appreciate us giving it a shot, but I don't think it's gonna work. And however that person take it, that's up to them because you were honest, you know, and at that point, once you express your feelings, you're not concerned with how they take it. You have to move on. But I'd rather you be upfront with me than to be cowardly to just ghost me without saying anything, because that shows me a lot about your character and who you are. And you will never get far in a relationship if you continue that mindset. That's a very coward move to me. You shouldn't ghost nobody.
Period.
That's that on that.
Like, have you ever ghosted? You've never ghosted anybody?
I've never ghosted nobody. I'm not just saying that because I'm on the show. But have I been ghosted before? Yeah, but at the same time, the same people. I had like 2 people who ghosted me down the line. I guess whoever they ghosted me for wasn't good. So they tried to. I'm never gonna be your rebound. That's number one.
Know your word.
That's never. My thing is, you should have appreciated me when you had me. Now you're gonna have to sit there and watch me with somebody else who's gonna benefit from what you could have had because you wanted to be cowardly and ghost me.
We need the basket.
Okay.
I think we said this on the last episode. He was on.
I mean, what goes around comes around.
No,
and the
for
same
sure.
people who ghost folks feel some type of way when it happens to them. I mean, come on now. You can't dish it if you can't take it. So your question is ghosting ever okay? No, it's not. You don't even need to play with somebody like that. Don't even get in a relationship. You should just do one night stands and keep it going. That should be your life.
Oh, I wish the old man was watching this.
Wow.
I kind of got a little emotional with that
you definitely did.
because I just feel like that's stupid. Why would you do that to somebody?
For sure.
Be real. If you're
Have
not
a
feeling them,
conversation,
just say, hey, I appreciate the time, but I think, we see things differently, which is not wrong. You're entitled to your perspective.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to mine, but I think, let me not be selfish and try to keep you or string you along when you can, somebody else may appreciate what you bring to the table. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Amen. Wow. Okay. Yes.
I felt it because, I can tell my story, but this ain't about me.
No, but I mean, we talking too. So,
but yeah, okay. So y'all, I was in a relationship for like 2 seconds, y'all, and I was ghosted because of something that I said that they did not agree with that was about them.
She's assuming that because she has not had a conversation.
Well, yeah, because I haven't had a conversation, but what they'll make it about is this social media, our show. What they'll make it about, but I'm almost positive that it was about me calling them out, but calling them something that they just don't see themselves as. But because I told him that he was insecure. We have men on this show, and he was not okay with that.
But the fact that he ghosted you, just in my opinion, confirmed
and what
the fact.
you said about him being exactly.
It confirmed.
And when I said he was a coward. And when you said that, I just felt it. It's Instagram be playing. See, they don't like me talking about it. Right. Oh, somebody was calling you.
Oh, people, stop calling. I should have put my phone on D&D.
But exactly what you said is what I said. I said, but he's a coward because if you were in a relationship, and he was much older. So, but if you say you're all these things, why can't you just have that conversation as an adult, as a grown man? Because I'm reassuring you, and I can show you that what this show is about.
Okay, I'm gonna have to restart the Instagram.
But he did not like that, and I thought, and I'm like, oh, he wanted to end the conversation, and I said, so we're just never gonna talk about anything. Like, because
there's some issues that he has to work out within himself. He's not going to be good for anybody until he deals with those issues within himself. So that's a him problem.
Yeah.
You know, the key word within the word self-esteem is just that, self.
Yeah.
It's personal. It's something you need to work on. It's self-esteem, not we esteem.
Yeah.
You need to work that out within yourself.
Yeah.
You know. So no, it's never okay to do that.
Yeah, and I just, it was just, I was just like, wow, I was wow, okay, because
and a lot of people don't like you bringing their reality to them,
and I think he's never had, and I don't feel like he will, but he also said to me, he's like, women always calling me a narcissist. Now this stayed in my mind, and I was just like, so, but if you don't agree with it, but why would all these women say this thing about you? And it not be true.
Everybody can't be wrong.
Yeah. But the thing is, narcissistic people are never aware of themselves. Narcissistic people do not believe that they're narcissistic. That's why they're narcissistic.
And I'm just like, okay.
You're trying to convince somebody to be aware of themselves when they don't even have the capacity or the ability to be aware of themselves. Wow. With narcissistic people, everybody else is the problem but them.
Wow. Yeah, so... Yeah, don't be out here ghosting people, y'all. Because imagine I'm glad you're strong enough to have not taken that personally. But imagine what that could do to the mental of somebody who does not have that security in themselves to know, I am worthy, or, this is not equate to me, this is their problem. We have to consider other people's feelings when we're deciding that we don't want to deal with them. And this was on another podcast I listened to, and I can't remember who said it. But did you just say this? It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
Yeah.
This is on another podcast. Podcast. So, it's not about how you start, but how you finish. But I did hear that on another podcast.
She said, so they can't hear on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm not sure why.
But it's just, because people are going to remember, what's her name? Maya Angelou. People are going to remember how you made them feel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How you made them feel.
How you made them feel. They're going to always remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
They may forget your name and stuff, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Well, it would be something with the mic, right?
Do Instagram always act up like this?
Instagram.
I'm going to exit out again.
Okay, we're going to. She said, I just see moving lips. Okay, she going to close it out and come back. Yeah. And he said all the time. He said all the time. I'm like, okay.
People allow that to become their identity.
What? People allow what to become their identity?
Like different organizations you're a part of. Like, okay, let's go there for a minute. If you don't,
Okay. I hope they can hear me now.
Because I gotta wait till they come back on mine.
Can you hear us? You got your sound on?
I can hear.
Okay. I guess we should have checked that the first time. Make sure it wasn't her and not us.
Can you hear us now, cousin? Because I turned it up. I can hear me. She said, okay, yeah. We good now. Thank you.
Because we would have been recording that whole time and then nobody would have said anything. Thank you for being an active participant.
Some people join and I think I'm safe in saying this because I'm part of the organization. You're in the organization. With some people try to find love in different places. They feel that, okay, if I'm a Mason or a Sigma, which I am, Phi Beta Sigma Blue Phi Go Mob.
And a Mason.
And a Prince Hall Mason, but at the end of the day, people join organizations for different reasons. They feel like if I have letters, then I'm going to get attention from the girls or attention from the guys and things like that. That's going to help all of my insecurities because I'm allowing this organization to define my identity. So instead of me making the letters something, the letters are making me something, which is totally not the purpose of the founders of the organization. It wasn't, you know, our founders did not design the organizations to become us, but just an organization to unite a group of men or women for a greater cause, for a greater purpose, to serve the community, to serve mankind, to do great things within society. But if you're trying to find love within an organization, or you're thinking that the organization is going to help you find love, you are sadly misled, because an organization cannot dictate your love or how people view you. If people only want to deal with you because of the letters you have on your chest, then that's really sad, because they don't care about who you are. They just care about what you are part of and the prestige that they can get from you. So they're kind of using you. And if you're okay with people using you, then go ahead and do that. But as much as I love Phi Beta Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma is not my identity. I don't have to, every time I meet somebody, I don't have to let them know that I'm a Sigma, because that's just an organization I'm a part of, but it's not who I am.
Period.
My cousin said, she said, well, especially the AKAs, they gonna jump on me for saying that. Imagine her sister is an AKA.
Right. But don't try to look at these organizations to fix your problems, to fix your insecurities. If anything, they can make them worse. They can add to the issues if you let them.
Did Danielle say something?
Yeah, she said that goes back to what he said earlier. They wasn't taught, just knows how to run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I also said that about that person too, that he was a runner. Like it was like certain things that I learned just by conversation. And I just knew those was red flags. But like I said, for me, red flags ain't for me to run away from. Is to understand how these became. Like,
right.
You know, so, and try to figure, like, I'm not trying to fix him or trying to fix anybody. Not just speaking to him, but anybody who has red flags. I'm not trying to fix them, but I just want to understand.
Because especially if it's somebody who's willing to work, it's like, okay, I understand that this is an issue of mine and I'm actively working through this. Like, that's something that you can be willing to work through with somebody. But you have to, it's when you're dating somebody who's self-aware, and he just lacks self-awareness. You know, that makes it difficult for you to work with somebody.
But there's also a person we talked about earlier who just want things their way. They don't want to compromise.
And that's what it was.
So that person would never be successful in a relationship, because they are not willing to hear the other person's side, or they're not willing to take constructive criticism. It's either their way or no way. So they're going to jump from relationship to relationship and relationship, and they're going to continue to hit dead ends.
Okay, next question. Can you be in love with a person's body and not their mind?
I think so. I think so, because as children, we got this image of how we want our significant others to be. You know, I want my wife to be petite and thin and stuff, but that may not always be the package that God wants for you. But a lot of times we are in love with an image, but we're not in love with the intellect. And it's a difference. Somebody can have the body that you always dreamed of, but if you guys cannot have an intellectual conversation, that body, that lustful phase is going to run out. When you're old and gray and you can't perform the way that you used to, what are you all going to have to hold on to? So I think that you can be in love with somebody's body and not their mind, but I think that that's very sad, because it should be more than just their body that you are in love with. You should be in love with that person, because that person's mind is who they are. That's really who they are. It's not their body, but the way the Bible says, so as a man thinketh, so is he.
We just said this last week too.
Right. So, so yeah, I do think that there's people who, but wouldn't you say that that's lust though? If I'm just in love with your body, but I don't care about having a conversation with you, would you call that lust?
I guess, like a physical attraction, because you're worrying about what you could get from that person. You're not interested in their intellect, so you prioritize. And I think you said but you'll prioritize the mental, the mental stimulation over the physical. So can you date somebody who's not physically attractive if they were mentally?
I would say it like this: there's been situations where I have dated. Well, there was a situation. I'm not gonna say situations where I dated somebody who was totally not somebody who I would just, look for. But what attracted me to her is the fact that I was able to actually have a conversation with her and realize that we had a lot in common. So I do believe, and I am a person that has experienced that. I'm not saying that looks are not important. I'm not saying that. But a lot of times we allow people looks to determine who they are and if we're going to deal with them. And that's not always the way to be. Now, this person and I, we didn't not work out because of anything bad. She actually, you know, moved away, and, you know, long distance relationships are just not for everybody. You know, her and I, we still communicate from time to time, so it's really no bad blood. But, you know, I was really into her because I just enjoy spending time with her. I was able to talk to her. You know, she was able to talk to me. We were able to share, you know, intimate moments together outside of sexual, you know, interaction. We, you know, watching movies, just vibing with each other. But if you're asking me if this is somebody I just would have went to on a normal basis, no, because she wasn't the woman I had pictured in my mind and who I want to be with. But intellectually, she was exactly what I needed.
So you would go on Love Is Blind?
Yeah, I would, because
that needs to be a question.
I've experienced it. I really experienced it.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I don't want people to get mad at me and say, well, you don't think looks are important. I never said that, but a lot of times don't let looks be your end all or be all when you're meeting somebody. Give people a chance, because you never know how God is going to work that out. You just don't know.
Yeah. Chrissy said, I cannot date someone I'm not attracted to. Anyone I'm not attracted to.
And but that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to this.
It's a preference.
It's a preference. So if Christy can't date somebody she's not attracted to, can't nobody fault her for that, because it's a personal preference.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
We just have, you know what? I love this show.
Yeah,
I love
it's
this show.
dope.
I love this show. Okay, what was your first experience with love?
What? Okay, love. It like intimate, like.
No, like in general, when was the first time you ever felt love? I think that's what we were getting at.
When I ever felt love from outside of a family member or relationship.
What was the family member? Because when we asked this question previously, it was because the first person we asked this question to actually gave it to a relationship. So it actually can go however you feel you want to go. It can
I
go
would
with a
say
family
answer
member
it both
or,
ways.
Yeah,
when was
or
the
with a
first time
person.
you've ever experienced love?
Family wise, and then outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, my mother. My mother was the first woman I ever loved, you know, and I know that's kind of cliche because any man probably would say that, but no, it's true. So, you know, I definitely felt loved by my mom. My first time falling in love, I was actually in college, my sophomore year in college. No, actually, no, my junior year in college. The girl didn't attend the school that I went to, and I really didn't tell anybody about her because I was the type I didn't like everybody in my business. But we actually met through a mutual friend, and we were talking all the time. We would hang out from time to time and things of that nature. And I actually, you know, I was digging her, she was digging me, and I can say that she was the first woman outside of my mother or my sisters that I actually would say that I loved.
How did you know you loved her?
I just enjoy. That's a good question. I just enjoy being around. You ever had someone where you just thought about them constantly? You couldn't get them off your mind. You was always wondering what they was doing, how you can do things to brighten up their day, and all this other stuff. That's how it was for her. I was always thinking about her. I was always thinking about things that I can do to make her happy, to make her smile, because she had the most beautiful smile in the world. My goodness, I mean, her smile was just everything to me, and so. You know, I could say that's how I knew I loved her, because I actually was looking forward to being with her every chance that I could, you know, I could.
And you had never experienced that feeling before.
And actually, I haven't found that yet. Again, I haven't.
Aww.
You know.
We both aww.
You know.
Like that.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Y'all got me a little emotional over here. I'm thinking.
Okay,
no,
we gonna. I don't know if this should be the last one of these or what. But I'm gonna ask. This is a really great question. What makes men fall out of love?
Ooh.
Your personal experience, right? Like, what's something that has made you fall out of love?
When you're accusing me of stuff, with me personally, like if you thought I was a cheater before you got with me, why did you even give me a chance if you knew that was going to be a problem or something like that? I feel like when you accuse me of stuff because of your insecurities, and we're constantly arguing and bickering, and I'm to a point where I resent spending time with you. I'm trying to avoid spending time with you, because every time we get together, we do nothing but argue because you're so insecure that you're always trying to check my phone. You're trying to say, okay, if I talk to a woman in the store that I know from church or school, you automatically think I'm trying to hit on that woman or there's something going on. So that turns me off. I can't be with somebody who's insecure to a point where I had somebody tell me that she didn't want me to have no female friends at all. None. And that's an issue with me. I don't like that. If you can't trust me, then I don't need to be with you.
Exactly.
Trust is everything. So I can't speak for every man. I'm not going to try to speak for every man. But for me, when you don't trust me and you're always accusing me of stuff, that's where you lose me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Chrissy say anything, make them fall out of love.
Who said that?
But it's so mostly it's trust, you know, and that goes back to if y'all following us, like the video that we posted with what's his name? The jerk, what's his name? Yeah. So he was just talking about how love and loyalty go hand in hand. Like, so if I can't, and trust and loyalty, that like I feel like they go hand in hand. Like, you know, like if I can't trust you, you know, then what are we doing?
Right, we wasting each other's time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
should we do one more of these, or you think we should start wrapping it up?
I mean, we can wrap it up.
Okay.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean,
let's do one more. Go ahead. Let's do one more.
I'm feeling good.
Let's do one more, and then we'll start wrapping up.
What makes men feel like they are loved? So, what would make you feel like you are loved?
Man, when you know that your woman supports you.
Now we both.
Seriously, you know, it's nothing greater than a man knowing that their woman got their back.
7 gonna be the magical number.
Who?
7. This is year 7, so it's gonna be all about 7s.
Yeah. Just, you know, when a man know that his woman supports him and she got his back and she, you know, she's his number one fan and things like that. I mean, you make her love. I mean, like I said at first, it was in the caption. Love is an action word. I really believe that. Okay, you can tell me you love me all you want to, and that's fine. I'm not saying you don't, but you can show me through how you treat me, through your actions towards me, and vice versa. You know, so love is more than just telling me you love me. Show me you love me.
And that's a perfect way to wrap it up.
Because that was love is. Come on. That's how you do it.
I love it. Yes. Show me that you love me.
Y'all better come
It's an action word. Okay. So we're gonna wrap it up, right? So we're gonna each pull another card. Yeah. Let's pull one more. Let's go ahead, grab yours.
Oh, wait, I need another one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh, you the instructions. Oh, Jesus, this is a lot.
Oh, no, this is, they tripping now.
Oh, what is yours?
I'm not doing that.
Come on, Edmond.
What is it? Okay, yes. Please. We're going to do that last.
Okay.
And we all got to do it. We all got to do it.
Hold on, watch it.
We all got to do it. We all got to answer the questions. Okay.
See, I don't know what my best move is.
But just a move.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll start. So you walk in the house and your significant other is angry and upset about something, right? That happened at work. How do you calm him or her down?
I would say don't force them to talk to you. Just let them talk to you when they are ready.
This was on our thing last week, y'all.
Okay.
It's a great episode. It sure
like
is.
It's the fact that these men really think alike.
Chrissy, his name Edmond. We said this last week.
What she said?
She said, okay, Edmond, but she was trying to say, okay, Edmond. But she said, Danielle said, this is a great episode.
Thank you.
Girl, thank you.
Let them talk to you when they're ready. If they're already angry and they're irritable, you guys ain't going to do nothing but argue because they don't feel like talking. Yeah. Give them their space. Let them calm down. When they're ready, they're going to tell you what happened.
Yeah. And I feel like, so my significant other came in the house angry. My first response naturally would be to ask them if they're okay.
True.
And if they need anything.
True.
And if their response is, no, I'm okay, not right now, then I would leave them alone.
Right.
You know, but I want them to know that I'm interested in knowing what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I would give them that space if that's what they require. You know, I would also, if they just come in, maybe they don't even say nothing, they just blue. I would probably, you know, like, try to do something I know they like, you know, prepare, you know, maybe.
But still give them their space,
you know, start cooking some food, you know, or something like that. Give them a glass of something that they need. If they want to smoke, give them
whatever happened at work, they gonna start blaming you for that.
They need to digress. So
I'm doing the same thing.
I'm going to do things to help you digress. So I'm going to try to get some, some things that I know that you enjoy. I'm going to do those things to help you relax and calm down.
Yeah. Now you shouldn't be coming in every day angry though. Now that
we need to get you a new job.
Right.
You ain't gonna be taking that on me every day.
If that's if that's an everyday mood, that ain't gonna fly too long. You gotta kind of balance that too. So
what was yours?
Oh, my card? Or
no. You got the same answer?
Oh, yeah, because I'm going to say, my first, because you can see that something is wrong if you know your person. So it's like, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah.
And if, no, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. So would you like this? Would you like that? Like, what would you like now? Because I know that you want to decompress. I know that you just want to have a moment. So what can I do to help you have your moment?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So.
But one of the ways of getting to know somebody is being able to understand their communication without them communicating.
Exactly.
You should be able to know them enough to say, okay, let me just let you do you.
And sometimes I just want to have stuff ready before they come home.
And that's why I'm like, knowing the person that I'm dating, and I guess I answered that question based on the person that I'm currently dating. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that this person would not want me to just leave them alone completely, right? Like, you would want me to, give you your space, but have some stuff on the side for you to come back to, know? So, yeah.
Okay. Your significant other develops a serious illness and can no longer perform certain conjugal duties. He or she, stop, because I got to finish reading it. He or she gives you a free pass to get sex elsewhere. Would you use it? Why or why not? First of all, to be honest, no, because they can hold, even if they're giving you this pass, that's not something, to me, that's not something that they're going to want you to do. But personally, for me, I do not want to, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that because I have somebody. I can wait. It's not that deep for me. It'll be a time when you feel like you'll be okay enough to do it. I would just want to give you the time. I don't want to just be stepping out on you because it's just not, because that means it's leading into other things. It can be sex, but then it can be, now this person is giving me some, emotional things that I like. Now this person is, it's just something, a door that I don't want to open because I'm here with you. I want to be with you. And until that ends, after that ends, then that's when I'll go, even, you have your period, but that's when I'll go and figure out what else I want to do after that. But while we are still together, you're still here. So I just wouldn't feel comfortable. Yeah, I just would not feel comfortable with that.
And then let's just go husband and wife, better for worse. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? That really means something, or it.
If your
excuse me, it should. And I feel like if you do that, and knowing that your significant other is going through something traumatic in their life that they're trying to adjust to, it's almost like you're saying it's selfish. Only married them for sex or for this and nothing else about them matters and things of that nature. My thing is, okay, if my sexual desire, that's why I mentioned earlier, you got to get that under control, because if you don't, it's going to control you and it's going to, influence you to make decisions that you normally would not have made. But let me tell you, sex is powerful. All of that, I mean, you gotta have that you gotta have discipline with that. If my woman is going through cancer or something like that, and she say, okay, Edmond, I know this is something you need, you a man, why don't you gonna do it? My thing is, no, babe, I'm here for you. Exactly. This is you and me. You're not just in this by yourself. I'm in this with you. And a lot of people think men are just dogs. All of us are not dogs. All of us know how to be there and be, supportive of our significant other. And on top of that, the type of person I am, I'm going out knowing I'm with you, but I'm trying to have sex with somebody else. I wouldn't even enjoy it. It wouldn't even be something I enjoy, because that guilt, it's like, dang, bro, you doing this knowing she going through that, so you're going to be this dirty, you're going to be this grind, all that just going to be going through my mind, and I'm just not going to do that. No, my thing is, no, I agree with Kay. That's loyalty right there.
Exactly.
You're not going through this by yourself. I'm right here by your side. And that's going to mean more to that person than anything else. Exactly. It really is. Yeah. Because then they really going to know that you love them for them. You want to be with them and not just for what they can give to you.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I feel like your natural response, your physical response is okay. But when you think about what can come with that, all of the, like you said, the emotions, the feelings, and the fact that it's one time that could turn into many times because we don't know how long this is going to last. Yeah. So why would I open myself up to that thing?
Discipline.
But see, this say they can no longer perform certain
exactly.
Exactly. So it's just too much to have to to keep. You want to keep your commitment to your person. Yeah. Especially if you're married.
And you got some people that be like, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna do that. But maybe that's each
I think that's a preference too, because that may be something you talk to your partner about in the dating stage, and y'all decide, like this is something that we would mind doing or whatever. I think that's just a preference thing, but again, if that's just, you really need to be that physically active when I'm, like you said, I'm going through something so detrimental, like, what is that saying about the way you feel about me?
That's my point.
How do you even talk about, like, because in your mind you don't want to.
I wouldn't even entertain that.
But in the dating phase, even talking about that, like, nobody. I wonder how many people actually would bring that question up in the dating phase, because that's not a thing that you actually think
unless
about.
Unless they're swingers, and that's something you do.
But that's why this is what these cards are made for. Yeah. To ask those questions that you ain't really thinking to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one.
Can you dance? And if so, show me your best dance move. I cannot dance, so
you can't.
That's all you gonna get.
What was that?
I don't know. It's something.
I think he was trying to do that
like. Y'all know I be out here dancing. I'm gonna hit you with a little
shake your head, and she had to do the. What's the song you singing? What's the
I don't know.
Y'all want to see mine? This mine. Y'all know that girl that be. What she be doing? That's me.
Period.
That's what y'all got.
Okay, so thank y'all. So so
in case you gonna join on Instagram, we almost over.
So I would like you to. I think people already know this by the conversation that we've had, but tell us your relationship status.
I'm single right now.
Are you dating?
I'm not dating.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to dating, so I mean.
So you're open to
if
dating.
You like how I'm talking, I mean.
So you want to slide in the DM?
Oh, that's it. I'll just like,
go oriented on Facebook.
I'm not opposed to dating. I'm just not dating right now. But I mean, I'm open, I would say.
Okay. All right. Okay. This has been a great episode.
You gave them my Facebook goals.
We have a gift for Edmond.
Oh, that's what's up.
Okay. But before, while Kay is doing that, she asked last week, and I think we should ask this every week too. So, what is your thoughts about us doing this show this way this season?
I think it's important, and I think you guys are on the right track because y'all giving me flowers.
Yes. Y'all men deserve their flowers too.
Oh, I see where you going with it. Okay, give us our flowers while we still alive.
Y'all flowers.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. Y'all took me back with this one, but I mean, it's nice.
So you were saying about the show, about us doing this season?
No, I think it's important because I think these conversations are important because men and women are different. We're different in the way that we think and how we deal with different situations. I mean, God created us differently because that's the uniqueness between a man and a woman. We both bring something unique to the table, and to be able to discuss how a woman view things and a man view things, I think that is very healthy for any successful relationship. So my advice is to keep going. And it's good that you got different men coming on here because you can see that some of us may have similar thoughts, some of us may have different thoughts, but again, that's just the uniqueness in how God created us.
Amen. Amen. So let's give Edmond a round of applause, everybody. Shout out to Edmond for being on episode 2 for the Love of Man. So we will be back next week with another surprise guest. Well, obviously we'll reveal our guest on Monday.
Yeah.
But ladies, in the meantime, if you have some questions that you would like for us to add to our question cards, feel free to send us a DM. Make sure you guys share and like and love this video. You know, maybe this will be the season we go viral, because obviously we're having some conversations that needs to be had.
Absolutely.
You know, we're wanting to spread the love. So thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Peace
we
out.
will see y'all next week.
See y'all later. Thank you.
I got you some rose food if you need some.
Some who?
Rose food.
Some rose
For the roses?
Yeah.
For the